Hey everyone, welcome back to EastWesternGamers. I'm Ross, and there's Christy,
Yep, I'm right here.
and we're talking about a game that was part of my childhood growing up.
Spectrobes.
Yeah, Spectrobes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a bad game. I mean, most people actually considered it a Pokemon ripoff. It's not even close to a Pokemon ripoff.
Well, to me they looked like Pokemon almost.
It had a Final Fantasy Pokemon
Just,
kind of thing with it.
Just like kind of like the Digimon thing. They're not Pokemon, but I guess because Pokemon you always see the animals with different creatures. As soon as you see creatures and other things, you automatically think, oh, Pokemon.
Yeah, but this wasn't more if you went around tall grass catching stuff. It was more if you dug stuff up out of the ground, revived them, and then fed them these different minerals, which then you can use to make them grow.
With like fossils or something?
Yeah, they were basically fossils. I knew you didn't play this game growing up, but I have to lend it to you one of these days. It's actually a very fun game. First off, you can tell the graphics aren't actually the best. I do love the hand-drawn animated characters and with their different portraits that they display when they're talking.
Yeah, I mean the characters look pretty good.
Oh yeah, they're amazing. And the 3D models aren't too bad. During this time period, I believe this was a pretty well-respected game, especially model-wise.
Huh.
And the rain effects is definitely the best, especially in the first level.
Well, what bugs me with rain is that whenever they come inside, they're never dripping wet.
Chrissy, that's another thing we'll talk about later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Spectrobes is not really a Pokemon ripoff. Of course, there was this game called Fossil Fighters, which I swear, I don't know which came first, but I swear is a ripoff of one or the other.
Because you said Spectrobes were like fossils and stuff. Now that Fossil Finder sounds like a ripoff of Spectrobes. Or vice versa.
I think Fossil... I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't even think that's what the name of the game was called. But you dug up fossils and fought with them. This game is just all in all nostalgia for me.
Who's the girl?
Oh, the girl. I'm glad you mentioned her. She was actually one of my first video game love interests I ever had. If that's sad to say.
Kingdom Hearts, that girl is the other one that you had.
Yeah, Shion was another one I loved very much. It's just, was indeed, like, this hadn't given me many mixed emotions growing up. Gina, that's her name of the girl you're talking about. She is one of the first ever video game characters where I actually kind of fell in love with, because I love the design. Her character as itself is pretty nice. I love the personality she has. It's usually a big fighter. Like, she's sort of got like a fury spirit.
Oh, so she's like
fiery spirit.
fiery.
Yeah. But at the same time, she also is more of a goofball sometimes.
So what is he? He's the one that goes and fights, and what does she
Oh,
do?
you mean Rollin?
Yeah.
Rollin basically does the fights. Gina is... She's not really the pilot. She's more of like the technician, I guess you would say.
Okay.
There's not really much development for these characters, but there's enough there that does make into a story.
So those are his things out like Pokemon, even though they're not Pokemon.
Yeah, the Spectrobes.
Spectrobes.
Oh, yes. We're in the battle stages. They're actually really interesting. Unlike Pokemon, I actually prefer this battling style. I always hate in Pokemon when a move would miss, and it didn't feel like it was your fault whatsoever. It was just the RNG. Here, you're moving around, so if you miss, it's entirely up to your fault.
Yeah.
The Spectrobes will never miss unless you tell
Unless
them to
you
miss.
Screw up.
Yes. After each battle, of course, you do get energy used to level up your character. But there's like 3 stats that you go off of.
But they
Defense,
don't
attack,
change.
and max HP. The stats, no, they never change. They stay max HP,
Well,
attack, and defend.
I meant the Spectrobes never morph into something else. They don't. It's not like Pokemon where they start off in one stage and then go into the next stage.
Actually,
Do they?
you're wrong.
Oh.
They do. Spectrobes start off, well, not quite like Pokemon, but a lot more differently.
It's not evolution, just saying.
Yeah, true. Well,
not
we knew that. They
Yeah.
grow up though.
Yeah.
They sort of metamorphose in this game.
Like-
They form a chrysalis and then they grow up.
They become grown-ups.
Hi, Cat. Cat just walked in our room.
And now he's gone. She's gone.
Yeah. They start off in their fossil forms. When you revive them, they're babies. When you grow them up again, they become adults. And when you grow them up again, they call them evolved, which is really interesting. I don't know why they consider calling it evolved, they just do. As for the rest of the game, I mean, there's not much else to talk about. The story-wise is okay. The story is just basically around a giant planet-eating mass of creatures that are coming to destroy the solar system. Typical
Planets vs. Zombies or...
typical space adventures.
So what, like, plants come? Or what did you say? Plants?
Planet eating.
Oh, God.
Planet eating.
Planet eating what?
Planet eating creatures. They destroy solar systems. In fact, there's this one character called Aldo, I believe his name is, or Aldous, where his whole solar system is extinct, and so he's the last surviving member of the solar system that he's in from.
So the Spectrobes fight these planet-eating creatures, and if you fail, you fail.
Well, I mean, there's no time limit, Christy.
Oh.
Sound design,
Do you die?
I don't actually like... Well, yeah, you die, but you just start from the last save point you were. Sound design, I actually don't like the sound in this game.
What's the music like?
The music's not too bad, but I feel like they could have chosen a better soundtrack. It feels way too... It just doesn't feel like it's a great adventure. It just feels very...
You got different music for battles as you do Pokemon?
Yeah, but it's more of just riffed on a guitar. So you're just having someone rocking out on guitar throughout the whole battle, basically. Yeah. Actually, fun fact, graphic design, every time you're talking to someone, your top screen becomes a symbol that looks like the Star Trek logo, which I thought was pretty funny.
Yeah. So that's whenever you talk to someone or someone talks to you.
Almost, yeah. That's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go on for hours talking about this game. Not really, but I could try. This game, how do I feel it holds up today? It's still good, but the graphics have certainly deteriorated over time. It doesn't really hold well as graphic standards from...
I know, their pictures just flipped weird. Those symbols at the bottom, she flipped like she was a paper cutout.
There's a lot
weird.
of different animations that they do with the certain
Yeah, and with
pictures.
this thing, there's a line that moves, and I have no idea why that line moves.
Oh no, that's
And that kind of bugs me.
Christy, that's part of the video. When I record this, that's the
Okay.
top screen, that's the bottom screen. It's
Okay.
just weird. You're
That
supposed to
kinda-
have like something in the middle there.
That kind of bugged me. The whole thing moved.
And with that, thank you for watching.
Yeah.
What rating do I give this? I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It's a good play. It's definitely fun. The different ways you can level up your Spectrobes is pretty interesting. I love how you don't even have to battle. You could just sit there and level them up through eating different minerals, which you also find by digging up. And the sound design, though, is a little poor quality. Also going for the graphics need to be held up a little bit more. I wish they could be. They did get 2 more games after this version of Spectrobes. I have another version which is Beyond Portals. I have not finished that one, and I don't think I will be able to because, well, it's not one of my favorite ones. I still like the original. I will probably go back and play that, and I'll probably review it. There's another one that's for the Wii. I think it's called Spectrobe Origins. I don't know much about it, but you do get to play as Gina throughout the whole game instead of Roland.
And he'll like that.
Hey. So, without further ado, thanks for watching.
If you have comments about this or any of the other Spectrobes he talks about, leave them, and then we'll see them. That's how comments work.
Nice intro, Christy. Nice intro. Well,
Yep.
see you guys next time when I hopefully finish Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, Final Fantasy VII. Listen to me. Final Fantasy Tactics Hardcore.
Which my friend died.
Yeah, but you're still alive.
Yeah.
Until then,
We're
fare thee well.
Gamer. We're East Western Gamers.
Yes, we are.
Yes.
And we love it.